What up? Hey, it's serious business out here, man. It's real, it's real in between the chalk. In between the chalk, when you got to put your foot, an inch or two away from the danger, you don't know. You gotta, hey man, you gotta come prepared out here, brother.
I was about
You
to say
gotta come prepared.
you talking about putting your foot an inch or two. Shout out to Kadarius Toney.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shout out,
KT.
shout
Yeah,
out to K.
yeah, yeah. Right on, bro.
Shout out
Right on.
Oh,
to KT.
Right on, brother.
hilarious.
I'm not doing this with him tonight. I'm not.
Oh.
He's in the Christmas spirit. He's the ghost of Christmas future.
I'm nah, you know what? I'm the ghost of bowl games past. Okay. I'm the ghost of bowl games past. My sister Lanice in the house.
What's up?
Okay. All right. We're gonna get it right. We're gonna get it right. Hey, listen, you're an inch or two away from destiny.
What are you talking about?
An inch or two away from destiny. All you gotta do is just check with somebody to make sure that window is open for you to go take it. Okay, this is how you do it. You just go to you good? Yeah, that's how it goes. That's what you do.
You mean they just don't randomly give y'all warning?
Right. Now I know I can go fulfill my destiny. Right now, you ain't do that. You do that.
He didn't check first. So
he didn't check at all. He didn't check at all. No.
At all. That's right.
At all.
He ain't check.
At all. No checks.
But I guess I'm just, maybe, I didn't play. I don't know, man. Like, I kind of look at it as for me, my personal experience. I'm trying to think of if I'm standing in the batter's box, because that's my sport. And there isn't really a rule that you have to be in the batter's box, but there is kind of one that you kind of have to be in the batter's box. Like, you can't, and you kind of know if you look down at your feet, there's, throughout the game, the chalk gets a little messy, But there's still this thing called a plate that never moves, home plate.
It's always there.
And you kind of know that if you know the game where you should be standing when you're about to hit, because you can't stand but so far inside, and you can't stand so far back because you're in violation of hitting the catcher. You too far ahead of the plate. You kind of, they say that's a violation because you know.
Like,
no. How does he not know? If you're looking down the line and you can actually see the ball, and you actually see the ball, that should tell you that you're probably across the line, because technically speaking, you shouldn't actually see the ball level with you. I'm trying to just understand his logic. I'm trying to get in his head.
He was looking, but that's the thing, he was looking directly at the ball. And at no point, because when they replayed it, I was like, well, he damn near lined up with defense. But
isn't another guy down on the other side lined up on the line? So if you ahead of that guy that's on the other side, if you ahead of that guy, when you think to go, oh, I ain't even got to check with this ref. Oh, hey, yep. Oh, shoot. Let me.
Or when you're looking down, the dude on the other end of you on your team, he was in the right spot.
And that's the other thing. Hold on. And that's the other thing. So, yeah, we'll bring the refs, bring it to Kadarius Toney. But when we gonna start holding the other people accountable as well? Remember, I was telling you early in the year when Big Head for the Dolphins kept lining up offsides and his head was over like this, and I'm thinking to myself, he got teammates. They're looking right at him. The dude is on the outside. He's in the slot. The other dude is behind, and he ain't see it. Like, ain't nobody seen it. Nobody saw this.
Nobody.
The coaches are standing right there. Nobody saw
Nobody saw nothing like Martin. Nobody
You know
saw
what I
nothing.
relate that? I relate that to. You know how you watching like what is it, American Idol, and you watching all these shows, and you get these people up there, and they don't sound good, and they kind of embarrass themselves. I don't blame them. I blame the people that told them they were good enough to go on the show.
To let them
Because
be
somebody
up there.
should have told them before they made that trip all the way
That's
to
right.
the audition.
To be clear,
You're
I've
not that
always
good.
said your family will lie to you when it comes to those shows. Your family lies to you.
And that's exactly what Patrick Mahomes is doing right now, lying to everybody, talking about it's the ref's fault. That's exactly what he's doing.
But also,
because he protected his family.
Like the video clip, I got a straight eyelash here.
Well, you gotta put your shades on.
I know.
That won't go stop the straight eyelash.
I'm good.
The clip where I dropped in the Facebook group where it was like Patrick Mahomes, and they show him talking about just let us play. You can't make a call that decides the game. And then they're like, also Patrick Mahomes, and they run the clip of him in the Super Bowl last year, pointing at the ref to call the pass interference, so they can end up right there on the line at the end of the game that decided the game. I'm gonna need you to pick a struggle. Like, you can't have it both ways. It's okay for them to decide the game if it works in your favor, but if it doesn't, don't throw the flag. That's what we're doing.
Nah,
yeah,
he's just mad because his receivers suck. That's what he's mad
about. And that's really the thing, sir. You mad at the wrong people, because I gotta be honest. When I was watching it live unfolding, we couldn't hear it because I'd gone to the sports bar to watch the game. And so the game was ending, and we were watching him have a full-on meltdown on the sideline. And I was like, and I said, well, okay, I automatically was like, he is going after Kadarius Toney, finally. Because somebody need to punch dude to get him together. Excellent. And then when it came back and they were doing the highlights, they were like, Patrick Mahomes was mad at the refs. I was like, wait, what? I was like, nah, he was trying to fight his teammate, wasn't he? Because that's who he should have been trying to fight, was the teammate. Because, sir, you've been jacking it up all season.
Everybody, every receiver on the team has had their chance to mess up.
Yeah, well, see, brother is in the multiverse. Okay, he can't have it both ways, like you said. But he's in the multiverse now. All right, listen. Yeah, go ahead. No,
you go ahead. I want to hear this multiverse theory. I'm intrigued.
No, I haven't quite worked it out yet, but though here it is. Okay, he's in the multiverse. All right. Okay, listen. KT is a 2-year veteran at best. All right, but he's been lining up and checking with the refs since junior high. I don't know.
At least.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know, you got to check with these guys. You got to check in. You can't just show up in the neighborhood and not check in. I learned that from the young folks. Here's the deal. If he had checked in, we all know it would have been good. Great ending to a great game. It didn't happen. You know, it's over now. Because here's the deal. It's over like people are very still upset about FSU. But what can you do about it? You're going up against some bullies, and they got the goal, and they got the golden rule. Okay, so
the bottom line is that the Chiefs we all know they can still win games because they got 15. But bottom line is, I think we're starting to see what the kryptonite for that is. Like we usually say, hey, a good pass rush and all that stuff. I mean, obviously,
people are scared. They don't know where they're going. You know what I mean? They don't know. Everybody's frightened. I'll tell you who's not scared. You know who's not scared?
Oh,
me. I'm not scared. You know why? Because Miami is exactly who we thought they were.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Nah.
Well, hold on, Pete. Who did you think they were? Because it might be.
But that's a good point. What did you think?
That's a great question for the multiverse. I thought they were a great coaching staff. I thought it was going to be exciting. I thought they were a talented staff. Mm-hmm. I was a little wrong on that.
Okay.
Now, I know that they're a good team in terms of talent, in terms of defense, in terms of all around that. Hey, that's good. But when you can't manage a game with under a minute, all you got to do is just get 2 or 3 first downs, get into field goal. If you're in that situation, that's called managing the damn game. That's not on the players. Get the play calls, get the right calls in there, and get downfield. You have the talent. There's no excuses.
So here's what I'm gonna say. Since we want to go to the Dolphins game, the media takes the narrative and put it wherever you want. In the beginning of the season, I didn't have any expectations that we were going to be a top team. I felt like we could make the playoffs because we made it last year. A lot of people tend to forget that. We actually made the playoffs last year because and the funny thing is, we had the same exact record after 11 games last year, 8-3.
And you almost won your playoff game last year with the backup. Right.
And so I knew we had guys that could play. And we always, but what we came into the season saying, keep Tua up, we got a shot to win it all, right? You keep Tua up, we got a shot to win it all. Now, I ain't think Tyreek Hill was going to go like back crazy, crazy with, the receiving yards and the touchdowns like he's done this year. But the bottom line is, I was like, if Tua stays up, we got a chance to beat anybody. To your point about this game specifically, if you want to go jump right to the end, we can do that. I think the end, there's a lot of people to blame. The entire team. Because just because you can't call certain plays, there's also a situation where you got both sides of the ball and the special teams. If you go back and look at all 3 phases in that last 3 or 4 minutes, everybody didn't do their job. The offense didn't do their job. The special teams, the punter didn't do his job.
Okay.
And the defense, I'm still trying to figure out why we got a 2-touchdown lead and we just didn't go after this kid. So what I'm saying...
Okay, I got ahead of myself, but what I'm trying to say is that you're right. Okay, you're right. This is the multiverse. You're right. You can be right and I can be right. Check out we can both be right. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You're right. You're correct.
Let's go.
Someone did their job at the end of the game, okay? Through the first and the third quarter, all right? They came out and established a nice running game. They got into the red zone somewhere around second quarter. They went away from the running game. Or maybe it was in the first. They went away from it. They tried to get cute. They want to throw the ball in there. So, you scored 2 rushing touchdowns in the red zone. Let's not throw the ball. Let's just run it. Okay? That's management. Again, it's management. Okay? I know we want to get Tariq the ball. Fine. We got a lot of cats we want to get the ball. We got a lot of people that can handle that route.
I mean, but the thing is, again, I can only evaluate those last 5 minutes. I can't evaluate the first part of the game because you know why? Because again, how do you evaluate a team? And you can evaluate a team in the sense of we lost 3 starters on offense. We're down our best pass rusher. Our 2 starting safeties weren't playing. Like when I'm looking at the game, I'm going into these games and I'm like, where's everybody at? And then Tyreek Hill gets hurt on the first catch.
Welcome to Cleveland.
That's but my point is, I'm not making.
What's up, Jason?
I'm just saying. Obviously, the coaches weren't prepared. I mean, literally, Mike McDaniel said at halftime, "I got to get more creative because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to figure something out here." So they just lost. They blew a game. They blew a game. If they're not healthy going into the next games, they're not going to win consistently. It's just not, it doesn't work. You
can't win like that. You can't win that way. You can't go to a playoff and you can't manage
you can't go to the playoff and not have your starting offensive line either, Dion, or your starting star receiver. Like there's other guys to catch the ball, but when you
this is the multiverse. Everyone has to step up. I'm talking about this is red and blue Spider-Man, all black Spider-Man.
The horse, the pig, and all the rest of them. Neo, Noir.
Peter with the book bag.
Right.
Peter with the backpack. Everybody got to come too.
But this is the same thing we're saying. You take Travis Kelce off of the Chiefs, they're not winning a game. They're not winning a game. because the other guys are not good enough. So we got guys that may not be good enough without Tyreek Hill. We got Waddle, but the rest of them, they need to step up.
Well, now I will say this though, Tua was setting his players up like a bug.
Did you see that first throw to Waddle?
He almost got Waddle.
Lenise, I was in here cussing.
And what's the rookie running back? A chain.
A-Chain.
Yes.
I was in here livid.
He almost got all
that
three
was like
of
the
them
second play of the game, I think, right?
I was in here absolutely livid. I was like, why are you throwing that? It's not worth it. Didn't you just see the Tom Brady interview? Tom Brady literally just said, I saved my guys for years and careers and years not throwing that pass. Holy crap.
That pass to Waddle, when I was like, oh my God, like I was like, he's dead. He might be dead. I was like, oh my God, he might be dead.
And Tyreek, and let's talk about it now. Nobody seemed to talk about it. We talking about Patrick Mahomes and his toe and all this. I'm like, that was a horse collar on Tyreek Hill.
Cuzzo, here's what I'm okay, Cuzzo. This is all I'm trying to say, man. This is all I'm trying to say. So here's what I'm giving you. All right. I'm giving you the first raw emotion that I felt after the game was over. Okay. That's all I'm giving you. And I felt like it was poor. It was poorly managed. When you have, even though we had, look at, and man, listen, man, you just said it. It's the multiverse. Come on with me. All the people we have hurt, and we still could have. You're not supposed to lose to them.
But D, here's the other point that you keep missing, though, and I get what you're saying, but we're gonna be real about this. We should have never been in the game. We should have got beat by 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
The Dolphins should have got beat by 2 touchdowns in that game.
Because to be clear,
I'm being an honest Dolphins fan right now. They got lucky to be in the game and be ahead.
Had they not muffed that punt, and if Willis,
I think
if he hadn't have thrown that errant pass, even though they called it a Derrick Henry fumble, if he hadn't have thrown that pass at Derrick Henry all back over here, y'all would have never been in the game. Those 2 plays, because the Titans absolutely tried to melt down and give y'all that game in the fourth quarter. They should have beat y'all by 2 touchdowns. He is right, because I was going back and forth because I was like, the NFL gonna have 2 games going. They both good.
They is.
I was like, they both good. I'm going back and forth, and when dude muffed that punt, I was like, Tennessee about to self-destruct and give this game to Miami. I was like, look at this. Miami is getting a Christmas gift early.
Bottom line is this. The funny thing about it, at the end of the day, we just got to get healthy. And the funny thing about it is, we still hold our destiny in our hands. I mean, we got tough games, but if we win them out, we get number 1 seed, because it's going to come down. If we win the next couple of weeks, Baltimore win the next couple of weeks, and come down to the Baltimore game. And I'm not confident that we're going to do that because, again, the coaching they laid an egg, but it ain't going to matter if we ain't got our horses, man. We cannot play against these guys with 3 backup offensive linemen. It just ain't. You can't coach up with so much. That's why they're backups. You can't coach up with so much stuff.
Come on, Jason. Somebody told
you got the wrong person on tonight to talk about.
Because Jason about to tell you about his backups. Go.
You got backup linemen or you got backup players. It's a difference.
Keep asking. Who you want backup? I just lost my starting tackle. I lost the starting safety who just signed an extension. Okay. I lost 3 quarterbacks.
Okay.
I've lost wide receivers.
Okay.
I lost the best running back in the league.
And what's Cleveland's record?
Cleveland is 8-5 with 4 starting quarterbacks, and there's other teams that are 8-5 that's had 1 quarterback the whole season.
Now, is your defense even with your backup?
Next man up is the theme of 2023 in Cleveland.
Is your defense with your backups better than Dolphins defense? With your backups, is your defense better than the Dolphins?
If we have backups,
Yes.
they're backups.
Don't answer
The
that.
answer is yes.
He's like, don't answer
They're
that.
backups
answer
for a
that.
reason.
All I'm saying is, I'm not sitting here telling you can't get it done with backups. I'm just saying we ain't winning no damn Super Bowl with our backups. It ain't happening. Cleveland ain't winning no Super Bowl with their backups. I don't care how many quarterbacks you put back there. Joe Flacco can have one of them runs. It don't work that way. It just don't work that way. You gotta have your horses.
I'm with you, but think about this.
Hold on, Jason. I got
man. You can have one or two. You can't have that.
But
you got to have 9 starters out, man.
Lenise has a Super Bowl off of backup quarterback.
And we have
backup quarterback.
And we had backup quarterback, and we had backup O lineman in there because Jason Peters he didn't play that. He was out on IR as well. So we didn't have our starting O lineman in either. We had a backup O lineman in, and that we had 2 in, and we had 2 dudes.
One day we're gonna all pick the right numbers for the lottery. Just because you do it one time don't mean that's the formula. You can't do that consistently.
We didn't say it was the formula, but what we're telling you is with the proper coaching and motivation and galvanizing in the room, you can get it done.
Pete Dukes cannot run a 4-4.
Oh, come on.
They didn't call Pete Dukes.
Come on.
They didn't call Pete Dukes. The dudes that they have on your team are professional football players.
That don't have the backups either.
Is that a real dog?
That's my dog. This is Carter.
That's the dude right there.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was like a little.
You say you thought it was a stuffed animal.
No, yeah, I did.
What's his name, Jason?
It's Carter.
Carter.
Yeah.
Man, that's not a real dog, man.
That's a backup.
Bro, that hand is right there doing this. He's like,
and I'm proud of Cleveland. I'm proud of Cleveland for winning games.
But this is the thing. We got Bill Callahan as an offensive lineman coach, right? This dude is coaching up every dude that comes in to back up whoever else. Time after time. So coaching matters. I'm gonna give you that. No doubt. Coaching matters.
Our coaches are good.
But because we've been the Browns, we feel nobody is gonna feel sorry for you when you have injuries. So we just say you gotta go ahead and just keep it moving because you gotta play the game.
But
and
you're missing my point. I'm not feeling sorry. I'm just telling you, based on my team and my backups.
Okay.
Can we recalibrate? I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. I'm just saying what I've seen so far this year, when we have backup linemen in, Tua gets pressured. Every single game he gets pressured, we've lost.
You're not wrong on that.
When this man doesn't get sacked, we have been we've won 9 games. When he gets sacked, we've lost all the games.
Oh, there we go.
You're not wrong.
But the thing is that
this
you
is
can't
easy
expect
for us, for the Dolphins. I'm saying.
I hear you. I wish Cleveland played at home all season because we're 6-1 at home. The thing is that you gotta roll with it. And
you gotta find a way, man.
I mean, we got Miles. I mean, you got people that want Mike Tomlin fired. I know Pittsburgh fans, they can't stand this dude. And I tell you what, Mike Tomlin get fired, I would tell people in Cleveland, like, shoot, I'll take it right now.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin.
And I like Stefanski. But the thing is that Mike Tomlin got a team 7-6 with Kenny Pickett and Mitchell Trubisky. And As Ryan Clark has said, he was like, they are Mike Tomlin in their ways to win. Nobody could figure out how they was winning in the beginning of the season. We talked about it here. Antonio you got Antonio Brown Jr. I mean Deontay Johnson out here,
right?
Going about 2 inches from going Ricky Waters out there, and Mike Tomlin is out here just like, look, if you think you gonna destroy my record, you sadly mistake. Mike Tomlin will sit him. He will sit him and be like, "You can go."
I don't think
Antonio Holmes, he was tripping. He went. Never to be seen again. never to be
he was
seen
he
again.
was seen again in New York, and he got left. He left there too. Actually, as a matter of fact, I was at the game that he walked off the field. That was the game he played against the Dolphins. It was Jason Taylor's last game. I happened to go to that game.
But hold
anyway,
up,
back get off of that.
But wait a minute. That was poorly handled too by the Steelers, I thought.
Yeah,
San Antonio Holmes?
I don't want to talk about that.
No. The end
Deontay
of the game,
Johnson?
4th and 2.
When they threw it.
You have to have a play to get the 2 yards, bro. It's just come on. All the hours that they build, that they're paying people in your organization. I'm not talking to Mike. I'm talking to him and his crew.
Yeah, that's the back. That's another backup.
Kind of like when we needed the 4th and 9, but we threw the ball 7 yards.
But see, but I guess my point is, I don't know what's in any of his heads. But let's go with the Cowboys. The Cowboys only needed a few yards, and they told Dak to take a shot down the field, and it worked. If you don't get that, like. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I don't know what to tell you, D. That's the coaches. I don't know.
What I'm saying is, okay.
Some of these coaches are brilliant when it works, they're terrible when it don't. I don't know what to tell you.
No. It's called management, cuzzo. If analytics say that if we got 5 plays to pick up 4th and 2, then let's find one of them to get it. Let's not just go deep. Okay?
Let's find one of them.
You saying it? You basically saying there's enough plays in there to get 2 yards while we trying to get 30.
I didn't understand why Trubisky did that.
For example, Pete, here's what Dion is saying. If you know you have a short thing in your pocket. For example, Sunday, we were playing the Cowboys. We done waited all night long to get a 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. And we decide this the time. We're not gonna do the brotherly shove. What?
Right.
I was like,
that happened because I didn't watch the game.
It did.
Yes,
I did watch the game. Yes,
it absolutely happened because we had waited. We had been trying. We was terrible at converting 3rd and 4th downs. We finally got down there to the one. We was like, bet. everybody in the room.
Everybody knew what was coming to Lenise, and then he was like, "What is this?"
Because when we get to whatever in 1, everybody in the stadium, everybody watching the game knows what's coming, and they know they can't stop it. Oh no, not this time! Fooled you. We gonna do some sort of pitch and pass. And we was like, what the?
Do what you do.
Like you said, the most unstoppable play in football as far as the Eagles are concerned, and they're gonna do something different.
And we did something different.
But here's the deal. If you can't manage the game, brother, the way that you do it every damn week in practice, every week you practice on 2-minute drills, and all the people that we have on offense, Smythe, Barrios, the water boy that we just picked him up, one of them other coaches, all of them you can run an underneath route with all that speed. We got speed.
But you keep missing the fun. But I'm surprised though, Dion, being the person you are, you keep missing the underlining issue of that game, regardless of the play calling. And maybe it's part of the play calling. They should have thought about it to a point. What you said about running the ball, I get that. We couldn't protect the entire game. We could not protect. So to your point, we probably should have just ran the ball. We probably should have just ran the ball because we could not protect. Look at the 4th and 2. The man literally got
5 or 6 times, right, Pete?
And pressured 18. If I'm not mistaken, I think he got pressured 18 times in the game. 18. Yeah.
But he was sacked like 5 or 6.
Right.
I just want to make a note of something really quickly, because please.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
You're right.
By the way, Dion, we're 9-4, so like we're sitting here like getting really like off the chain, and we're 9-4 team. Like
I understand that. You're absolutely
I've been dealing
correct.
with it all week, Pete. I understand.
You're absolutely correct, because I get it. We are 9-4. We're also 4-18. I understand that. Here's the thing that you don't understand, right? In the multiverse, Jason's over there with the dog, and he's a Cleveland Brown, and the dog is brown. It is
with
absolutely brown.
With Cleveland Brown too.
How do you not love that, man?
What are we doing?
That's kind of cool. I give you that.
That's off the chain, brother. How do you not love that?
He said, I did not. You right, D. I don't get that. I didn't. You right. That was. Yeah, man.
That's a good call out, Dion. I'm gonna let you have that. That's a good call out, my friend.
Are we worried about the Eagles, Denise? Are we worried? Or are they just a little tired and banged up? Are we worried? I mean,
let me say this. We are nervous.
We're nervous, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, we are nervous. And I am nervous about defense. I feel confident in saying we're not going to have another game where Jalen, AJ, and Devontae all fumble the ball. Like, I just don't see that happening in one game. Like, that was a horrible anomaly, and okay. We had to accept our fate on that one. Like, you can't turn the ball over 3 times and get down. And it just ain't going to pan out in your favor.
I was about to say, and on the road, and in Jerry's world, and all that stuff.
And in Jerry's world, and the refs have been slid a good check. I mean, it's a lot of things you just can't do at that time. So, I mean, listen, because Jerry, he done dropped some good money on that, and clearly the check cleared. But defense has me nervous.
Gotcha.
Because we went 5 quarters. 5 quarters.
Because you talking about the other game. I'm about to say, ain't it?
5 because understand this. The first quarter against the 49ers, we was lights out. And then we folded like laundry for the last 3 of that game. And we started the game on Sunday on defense looking exactly like we ended the game on Sunday the week before. I was like, oh, so we still on this bullshit. We not stopping nobody. We didn't stop a cold, a first down, nothing. We understand this. In the first half of the Dallas game, because my boy that comes to watch, like he got there late, and so me and his brother were trying to explain to him how bad we had actually been. And he was like, but the score doesn't look that bad. Bruh, let me tell you how trash defense has been for these last we was like 5 quarters, they ain't done nothing. In that first 2 quarters of that game on Sunday, we gave up a 3rd and 9, a 3rd and 18, and a 3rd and 22. Right. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. We are officially
That's Brownsian.
We are officially like the worst team. We're like in last place on stopping 3rd down. On 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, that should make you nervous then, because you got to be.
That makes me nervous.
Especially plus 10. You got to get
on the flip side. I don't think the
evidently
Cowboys
somebody flipped something over at halftime, because when they came out at halftime, defense looked way better. They was actually stopping people and all of the things. We had the whole 3 and out. I hadn't seen that again in 5 quarters. I was so excited. They had a 3 and I was like, oh, we got him out with 3 tries? What? It was a full 3 and out? Like, for real? They didn't just keep marching down the field? I was so excited. I didn't know what to do with myself. Defense. Right.
I don't
Defense has me nervous.
What about what you say about the Cowboys, D?
I don't trust the Cowboys, man. Like, I really don't. I don't trust that.
Because of the results that we've seen in the last 20 years.
Something's going to happen.
Well, that too.
I agree with D.
Yeah, something's going to happen.
Here's what I'll say about the Cowboys.
It's all the 49ers. That's what's going to happen.
Listen,
or if the Eagles get their crap together, but the 49ers, yeah, that can happen to a lot of people. That's what's going to happen.
Right. But here's what I'll say about the Cowboys. And I've said this about their defense all season, and I said it about their defense last season. They're front runners. You give them a lead, and they only have to play one way to stop the pass. They're great. They don't do well when they got to stop the run and the pass, which is what they had to do the first time we played them, which is why the game was so close. And it's how they ended up losing, like, to the Cardinals, because they were like, oh, okay, because the Cardinals ran all over them. So I the Cowboys gonna have to win something for me to believe they can win something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand on this 20+ years of them failing in the playoffs, okay? Because
But you know what?
I had a Cowboys fan.
The funny thing about it, I'll let you go in here, Jason. But being a Dolphins fan, we're working on like 40+ years. So I mean,
same.
I mean, Brown, Jason, right? Jason, you're working on about 50 years, right? So I mean, as a Cowboys fan, I actually would be cool to be like, hey, at least we right there again.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jason.
I'm flipping out over our time management. I'm sorry, Jason. Go ahead.
No, you good.
No, I'm good. I was just gonna say with the 49ers, they're bullies, right? So you can't punk out to them. You have to hit them in the mouth just like they hit you in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you have a chance. It's just like people go, let's try to avoid Myles Garrett. It doesn't work. You know how you beat Myles Garrett? You go right at him. That is true facts.
He's a monster.
He is, but I think with the 49ers, you cannot show any weakness, and you have to be mentally tough because they're a mentally tough team. Yeah. But you can't get nervous if something doesn't.
They are a mentally tough team, but and Pete gonna be mad when I say this.
You can say
they're not.
I'm going off the film that has been put out there. Their quarterback is not mentally tough unless he has a complete team.
I would agree. He can't make up.
Because
make up for things.
Because again, those 3 losses that they had,
Debo was out,
and they had he was missing his right tackle. They had a backup in, and Debo was out. Christian McCaffrey had got hurt one of them games, and then he came back the next game.
Yeah, the Browns beat him without Debo.
Right.
Okay. Y'all remember how the Browns won that game? Do y'all remember how the Browns won that game?
Against the Browns, right?
Y'all remember how the Browns won that game?
Rob got a couple calls.
Brock Purdy drove the ball down for a 40-yard field goal, and the dude shanked the 40-yard field goal.
I got a question.
I'm saying that Brock Purdy played well, but he did play well in that moment. And we talked about the damn kickers not making 40-yard field goals.
Pete, to be clear, that was the first of the 3-game skid. The next 2 weeks, when
one game got 300 yards and he lost.
But he played worse.
300 yards and he lost.
But I think he played worse than the week after.
Can you let me say what I'm gonna say?
Okay.
At a certain point, Pete, because I know you love Brock Purdy.
I'm just saying that we want to dump on people because
at a certain point, your QB is going to be required to win without his full complement of arsenal.
Okay.
It's the war of attrition. It is football. At a certain point, you're going to either have to play hurt, you're going to be down some people, and they're going to be looking at the quarterback, because we've all seen it, and they're going to be like, dog, this one on you. And here's what I'm saying, and I'm standing 10 toes down on it. Why? Because he hasn't done it yet. Brock Purdy isn't that guy yet.
And you because every time I'm sitting there telling you the man threw for 300 yards and his team lost, and his kicker missed a kick. He only had one bad game.
The worst statistical.
You keep talking about the Browns game.
You keep saying you're not listening to what I'm saying. They missed a kick. The next game he threw for 300 yards, they lost, and then he had a very bad game. So what I'm saying is you're right. He can have bad games. He needs to step up. But that's not pretend that he hasn't done something. He did do it. Man, can he do it again? That's the question. Can he do it in the playoffs? He has done it. Agree to disagree.
Get that dog, please. Get the pooch, babe. Yeah. Get the pooch, man. we can't go down.
I'm just trying to figure out, right, why do we always got to find narratives when people win, and why we got to find narratives when people lose? Like, because I get it. I'm like, but damn, like, it happens. You lose a game here, you win a game there. You lose one here, you win a game there. It's gonna come down to matchups. It ain't gonna come down to
always a narrative.
The person playing in the front, playing in the back. If teams roll up, Jason made the biggest point. If you roll up against San Francisco, I don't care if it's Brock Purdy or Pete Duke, they're gonna hit your ass in the mouth. Can you take that hit? Everybody knows that. The Ravens play the same way. They're gonna hit you in the mouth. Will Tua and the Chiefs and all the rest of those guys be able to play? We know the two teams that are the bullies on the block right now. There's been 13 weeks of football, and we know the bullies on the block now. So can they beat the bullies on the block?
You can't worry about narratives. There was a narrative with Kurt Warner. He was at the grocery store. He put a couple of things in the bag for me. You can't worry about the narrative. Okay? The guy actually put the right groceries in the right bag. He left the eggs alone. And I was happy.
Let's talk about Joe Flacco. Where's the narrative there? Is he taking y'all to the Super Bowl now? Is that what's gonna happen? Joe Flacco taking y'all to the Super Bowl?
I'm enjoying the ride.
Let's do it. I'm riding it right. I'm gonna create a narrative. Let me go ahead and post this right now. Joe Flacco is making another run to the Super Bowl.
He's making a return.
And when he doesn't make it, we're gonna strike him up as a fraudulent quarterback.
See?
Well, now they've been calling Joe Flacco a fraud since
he came off the street. He was on
right.
the street.
We're gonna have Joe Flacco going to the Super Bowl. That's what we about to do right now.
Joe Flacco was washed up out the league, and now cats are like, why in the hell do we got
he ain't washed up?
Guys, you're missing
That's the point. He's not washed up. Where's Mitch? I got Mitch Trubisky. If I'm Pittsburgh, I'm like, man, I got Mitch Trubisky out here starting from our quarterback, and I got Joe Flacco coming out of nowhere. Where the GMs around the league right now are like, damn.
So let's have a real conversation about quarterbacks.
We had to have Tommy DeVito. Had to have him.
Mitch Trubisky should not be on the roster, number one.
Guys, whoa.
Fact. Mitchell Trubisky.
There's certain quarterbacks that we have seen play this year should not be on NFL rosters, and you know it. We can sit here and name about 15 quarterbacks that we've seen play this year that should not be on NFL rosters.
Left college early. Shouldn't have left college.
Maybe we've been spoiled over the years, right, Lenise, of seeing better quarterback play even from backup, because I'll give you that. But there's some guys out there, I'm watching these games like, who the hell is that? Like,
and why? And how did he make an NFL roster?
Not the rookies, not the young guys. I'm talking about the backup veterans. Where's the Ryan Fitzpatricks? Like, at least Ryan Fitzpatrick would give you like 3 or 4 weeks. Like, good Lord.
Give me that
Jacoby Brissett.
Give me that Fitz magic.
Jacoby Brissett can't start. They got to go with your boy.
There's a lot of guys.
You guys are incredible. Like, honestly, you are really incredible. You want to talk about narratives? You want to talk about who
I'm creating one. Quarterbacks
backups who should. Yeah, because narratives are like timelines you can create.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Don't create it.
Yeah.
We're not creating a narrative on Mitchell Trubisky.
Joe Flacco for comeback player of the year. Right there, Jay. Joe Flacco comeback player of the year. Then you got Cam Newton out here talking about quarterbacks like he qualified.
Oh my God! Oh wow!
He was good. Come on, now give Cam some props.
What was the word that you said in that statement? What was the main the main word that you just said? Was good.
Well, you got it. Hey.
It's that whole
now you sound like a hater, Jay. You know how it works. You don't go.
Some people's offense is just not good for certain quarterbacks.
You don't go on shows that and go, the quarterbacks are game managers. We know you ain't saying nothing we don't know, bro. Like, we know that some quarterbacks are game managers. That's what happens. But guess what? In a lot of cases, you have to start out that way because a lot of quarterbacks are getting thrown to the wolves in their first year when you know they ain't ready. So what do we tell them to do? Don't lose the game. Try to just get the ball here, get the ball there, one read, throw the ball, use your legs and run. And then we say, okay, now we want you to become an MVP. Then the second year, we want you to be an MVP candidate. That's what they're doing to these kids. And a lot of them are not going to pan out. So yes, they become game managers.
That's the point. That's where you have to have a great quarterback coach that fits that quarterback. And a good offensive coordinator who either is the quarterback coach or has a quarterback coach that they can mess with that guy, because look at the system. All systems don't fit. They don't fit.
Real quick, before I know Deion about to get off, we're gonna talk about Draymond, man. Did he get his punishment yet?
He's suspended indefinitely.
He did. You did again, Pete. I need you to check the group. He's been suspended indefinitely.
You know what I've been doing, man. resume.
I know.
I'm trying to survive here.
So
he got suspended indefinitely.
So he indefinitely.
Indefinitely.
Now,
to be clear,
he don't want to play.
To be clear, I don't think that's gonna be the final say.
No, it's not gonna be the final say. They just don't know what to do yet.
You gotta appeal
the league has suspended him, but the Players Association is going to appeal it. Going to have to fight that.
But so now to me, I'm like, but what I'm saying is, I'm saying they don't know what to do yet because they know they're going to appeal it, and then they're going to have to come back with an actual number. Right. So they're buying time. They know the process. Yeah. If they would have said 50 games, oh my God, 50 games. They would have said 5 games, oh my God, 5 games. Either way. So they just said indefinitely, okay, y'all appeal it while we go over here and we talk about this. All right, what we going to really get is dude.
But my question is,
because the wording says that he has to meet certain standards from the league and something else before he's allowed to play again. Okay, and I'm right, because he was back in 2 weeks. So let's not do that.
Go ahead, I want to bring up the point too, though, that he is. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
How are y'all? I was gonna say, if I'm the dude that got hit, Nurkic? If I was Nurkic, I would say, what the hell y'all doing for me? This man, he hit me. I'm in the Players Association. What y'all doing for me? You're defending Draymond acting a straight fool.
But here's the thing, Jason.
Just like him. What y'all for me?
Here's the thing, Jason. You can't let the league set that type of precedent, because then you can have a rookie that swings his arm once to hit somebody and gets suspended indefinitely that does not have the same history as Draymond. But because you don't fight it, you've allowed the league to set that precedent, and you've lost control over your power as a union. So they gotta fight it.
Go ahead, D.
No. I mean, I was just gonna say that the league union has gotten stronger and stronger, and I actually credit that to the NFL's NFLPA and how much they've stayed in the media about addressing issues and all of that stuff. So it kind of poured over into the NBA because, of course, through time things get better. Rodman was the bad boy. There were a lot of bad guys, but Rodman was the quintessential bad guy. And I don't know for sure, but it just seemed like they were like threatening his whole career. But now it's like Draymond is getting chance after chance after chance after chance.
You know why?
But it speaks to what you guys kind of just said.
No, what I'm saying is, so here's the deal. Remember now, we're talking about David Stern versus, I can't even think of his name right now. What's the commissioner?
Silverman.
Adam Silver.
Right? David Stern didn't take no crap. He was going to stay on your butt. He was going to stay on people. Remember, the game was trying to grow, so he was worried about the image. He was trying to grow the game.
He was mad at AI.
Have a guy with a run around kicking people.
He was mad at AI.
Now what you got to avoid is now with Adam Silver is
that's Adam.
To your point, Lanice, you don't want the league to be able to set this, make it seem, set this precedent that, someone can do that and get a certain amount of games. But it's still an art form because what's happened is you've allowed Draymond to continue to do things and you didn't see it early enough. So now you let him wild out. So they're going to have to put something in that says, given your history of these things, I can get you.
But that's what they've done each time.
Because but my point is, 4 or 5 games, people are upset, but nobody's going to sneeze at that. You even said early in the year it's just 5 games for the Warriors, which, by the way, they're 2-4, 2-6 or something when he's not playing. But the bottom line is, nobody was upset at that. But if they come at you with 20 to 25 games, now we're talking about a quarter of the season, and now you got to say to justify that. No, it's not going to just be anybody that swings and hit anybody. They'll still get 4 or 5 games or maybe a game, depending on the flagrant foul. But for guys like you that are repeat offenders that don't seem to want to get it, we're going to clean up our mess this way by now giving you 20, but we got to put all this stuff behind it. That's what's happening. They're going to have to put down something and then clean the mess that they've allowed to make because everybody can see that this man, and I'm not trying to be funny, but we all know people like that just have a certain level of anger and reaction to them that they don't think clearly. You can't tell me that he thinks clearly when he's in that mode, because you don't just
Saginaw
coming
out.
Don't just swing your feet around. Nobody walk. I don't care what sport you're playing, what club you at dancing, what party you at, what game you at cheering. You don't do this. You don't swing at people.
Nah, because they don't even do that in the multiverse.
He said he was trying to sell the foul.
But you know what? What's funny?
That's right. I'm just a damn fool, and I'm just supposed to be.
I'm just telling you what the man said last night.
I know.
They don't even do that in the multiverse. They don't do all of that stuff in the multiverse.
But you know what's funny? I saw something with Rasheed Wallace. It might have been in the Up and Smoke podcast where he said that's our bad, and they were like,
Jake, you keep going out. Would you say our bad? What are you talking about?
I guess he's talking about Rasheed Wallace, probably talking about the bad boys. He said that was our bad.
No, Rasheed Wallace was trying to say when they were in the championships were really good, right? When Rasheed Wallace went to Detroit. He was saying that Draymond Green was hanging around, I guess, the GM's son or somebody that was working for the Pistons at the time. And Draymond knew who they were and was hanging out. So he said Draymond was around them in the locker room and around practice. So he saw how they played. Now, they weren't bad boys as OG bad boys, but you got Ben Wallace.
Right.
You got Ben Wallace.
Because
you got
grown-ass man with your own thoughts. He knows what he's doing. Stop it.
He said Rasheed Wallace. I'm repeating what Rasheed Wallace said. Rasheed Wallace was like, he was trying to say, we might have showed Draymond some of the game that we were doing in the league, and he is now applying that.
Because think about it this way. Because Draymond is heralded for his emotion and galvanizing the team. He's heralded for his defense, but not necessarily being the greatest shooter. But he's essential to the team winning. Who does that remind you of?
Dennis Rodman.
No, because Dennis Rodman was a baller also. But Dennis Rodman was going to give you 30. But if you're looking at, based off of what Rasheed Wallace is saying, being around that Detroit team with Ben Wallace wasn't necessarily going to give you all of them points. But he was an emotional galvanizer for that team. Okay. And he was absolutely going to come for you in the paint with the hard fouls and all of those things. I'm not saying that to give Draymond a pass, but you can absolutely watch players, and if you're trying to figure out how to stick in the league to make millions because you're not a scorer in a scoring league, I need to find my niche.
But I think you're shortchanging Draymond in a sense of the importance he is on offense. Because he's the quarterback of that offense. He's one of the best passers on the offense. He's one of the best. He knows the game. His intelligence is off the chain. Ben Wallace did not get 20 technicals in a year. And all I'm saying is, I'm not saying...
He didn't get technicals, though.
Yeah, but a lot of people got technicals. My point is... Yeah. When I'm trying to, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know this for a fact, but I challenge everybody to go back to Draymond's first 3 or 4 years. He wasn't doing this.
That's because he was under time.
Because you know why? You just made the point. You know why? Because he was trying to find his niche to stay in the league his first
marketability.
Right.
So he knew he can't do the stuff that he was doing then, because he would have been out of the league.
Marketability.
Make trouble, and you not good enough.
I get my podcast.
Now I'm good enough. I got championship rings. I've showed my ability, and now I'm gonna go out here and act the damn fool. You can't.
And now I'm on the shot. Now I'm on the shot.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna go ahead and bounce. It's marketability. It's the same thing as how I can't say Mitchell Howell Trubisky now because Trubisky isn't trending. I got it in there anyway. But Draymond is marketability. Just how Jason came on and threw out, stuff about the Browns and then brought up the pooch. Got the pooch there with the brown. You know. I mean, come on, you can't be mad at that's marketability, man. This is what it is.
Bottom line is, I don't know if there's going to be a number of games that's going to make him realize it. I think whatever stipulations they're going to put on him is probably going to be anger management, something like that, whatever. But I just want people to stop trying to find reasons for this. I mean, the bottom line is, you can't keep doing this. And then the thing, you get in the press conference, I'm trying to sell the car. I'm going to be me. I'm gonna be me. I can't sell the car. You can't look. The NBA is still a business.
Get off the hot mic.
I know how you.
Right. Somebody grab that mic from that man when he gets on there. Like, what are we doing here?
I'm gonna be me. Sir, stop saying that.
No, get that. Put him out, because you were screwing it up for everybody.
Give it to Trubisky or Howland.
I appreciate y'all.
Listen,
Draymond.
I love you guys.
Yes.
Y'all take care of yourself.
Here's this show.
He's from the warehouse.
Listen,
love it.
I love you guys. I just want to say that y'all take care of yourselves, because folks.
I was just trying to sell the call. That's all I was trying to do.
Listen, I just folks
Brock
leaving
Purdy,
here, and I just want y'all to know I love y'all.
Flacco,
y'all take care of yourselves.
I was just trying to sell the call. Good night.